Yes, good morning, friends. Welcome to the Learn with Prashant. Now, the today topic is data types. Already in the previous classes, we discussed about the variables, the declaration of the variables, and initialization of the variables. Now, today we'll discuss about the very important topic, that is khatarnak, important one, called as data types. Right? What is data type? The type of data that a variable can hold. Which type of data a variable can hold? So the data may be numeric or non-numeric in nature. Data, it may be numeric or it may be non-numeric in the nature. So the data types can be divided into mainly three types: built-in data types, derived data types, and user-defined data types. Yes, there are mainly three types. Now, within that, the first one we will discuss called as built-in data types. Built-in data types. Yes, there are four fundamental built-in data types in C, which are given below: integer data type, floating point data type, double data type, and character data type. Right? These all the four data types are called as built-in, because already these data types are built in the software. So it is called as though these are called as built-in data types. Yes, in that the first one is integer data type. So in the integer data type, it is a sequence of digits without a decimal point. Int, it is a keyword used to indicate the integer number. Right? The integer data type is a data type. Integer data type another, it is a data type in which we contains only sequence of digits. Right? Only the sequence of digits without a decimal point. That is called integer data type. See, for example, that is integer data types are, it may be a negative number or a positive number. See here, it's a minus 248. It's a valid integer data type. This is invalid because here its comma is there. So 14042, this is a valid integer data type. This is invalid because it's a decimal is there. Right? The integer data type is a data type which contains without a decimal point. Now next, come to the floating point data type. Right? A float is a keyword used to indicate the floating point numbers. So there are called as floating point because a decimal point. Right? See here, nothing is difference between the integer data type and the floating data type. See here, 789, it is a type of integer. Right? Now float, it is a 7.89. Right? Both are the integer numbers, both are the sequence of digits, or we can say sequence of numbers, but that sequence of numbers which contain a decimal point is called floating point of data, and which cannot contains any decimal point is called integer type of data. Right? See, for example, here the some data types I wrote here, which is valid and which is invalid one. See here, minus 263.238. Yes, it's a valid, and you see here it's a invalid. Why it is invalid? Because it contains two decimal points. Right? So for that reason it is invalid one. Now again 2.63238. Right? This is a valid one. Again it is invalid because of two decimal points. This is valid. Again this is invalid because it contains consecutively two signs, that is plus minus. So for that reason it is invalid one. Right? Yes. Now next, come to the next type of data is called as double. Right? Double is a keyword used to indicate a double precision floating point number. Right? So it is used whenever more accuracy is required. So see, even now only we discuss it as a floating point data and double data type. Right? Floating point is also contains a decimal point. Even the double data type is also contains a floating point. Then what is the difference between these two? double and float. So after the decimal point, double can store only 6 digits. After the decimal point, it stores 6 digits. But the double is not like that. After the decimal points, it store 16 digits. So this is the difference between float and the double. After the decimal point, it stores 6 digits, and the double stores 16 digits, right? This is the difference between float and the double. So we can use the double precision or the double data type is when we need a more accuracy. That time only we can use this, right? See here, whenever more accuracy is required, then only we can use double. Now float usually stores a maximum of 6 digits after a decimal point. Now only I told, right? So but the double stores 16 digits after the decimal point, right? Yes. Now come to the last data type called as character data type, right? Char is a keyword used to indicate the character type of data, and a character constant can be defined as any single character which is enclosed within a pair of apostrophes, or we can say single quotation, right? See here, a character data type is a data type which contains only a single character and which is enclosed within the apostrophes, or we can say single quotation, right? This is called as character data type, and char is a keyword which is used for character data type, right? These are the 4 data types, and this today's topic is most important one, that is the data types in C, and compulsory it is there for the exam. In your examination, compulsory one question on the data types of C. Explain all the data types of C, otherwise explain built-in data types in C, right? See, for a while I'll revise. See, there are 4 built-in data types called as int, float, double and char, right? See, integer data type is a data type which contains the sequence of numbers or the sequence of integers, right? And even the float is also contains a sequence of numbers, but the thing is that in the integer data type which cannot contain the decimal point, but in the float it contain a decimal point. So that is integer. And now comes to the double. Again, double is also a data type which stores or which contains the sequence of numbers, or we can say sequence of digits called as. So the main difference, so now you should ask, right? Both are containing decimal point, then what is the difference? So after the decimal point it stores 6, it stores 16, right? And the last data type is called character data type. Here in the character data type we should use a single character, or we can write a single character, right? And that single character is enclosed within the apostrophes. This is the example of character data type. See here, for example, P, dollar, right, question mark. So these are the character data types. Again I am repeating you, the today's class is most important, khatarnak important, and it is a fix for your exam. Okay, thank you. We will see the next topic in the next videos. Channel, just subscribe the channel, those who want the next upcoming classes. Okay, thank you.